There we go. Slightly different. There's a reason for that. I can't show you any of the rest of the studio right now. So, welcome to Wednesday night live solo creator Q&A. Good to see you all here. Let me know what you think of this setup for a live stream. It's a little different. It might be a little awkward for me because it's not the normal sort of way that I set this up, but hopefully it will work. So I just need to make sure. Yep, okay, good. Just making sure sound is working, all that sort of stuff, because that seems like that's the thing that usually gets dropped when stuff is happening. So, yeah, I've got my trusty iPad here so I can see the chat. And, yeah, I know I saw Medwin earlier and Brenner earlier, Agent J, Austin King, Michael, Drone Shots, Alaska Filmer, Jim Klugo, Danny, Ben Rail Productions, Michael Anderson, Barkley, 107 Drones. Let's see. Brooklyn Dave. Tony Stage. Evolutionary Tom. Anyway, good to have you all here. Yeah, let me know what you think of this sort of live stream setup. If you think it's, worth repeating. Whoops, I can't go that high, I guess. I gotta go down just a little bit. Bear with me here. I'll get there. Is that better? I think that's better. I can't tell if it's... No, I think we're good. All right. So, hey, Steve Carpenter. Yeah, so hopefully everybody's doing well. If this is your first time on the stream, then the whole point of the stream is to do questions and answers. I answer comments all the time in the chat, but I can only answer so much, and then that's it. I can't, that's it. I can't answer any more than that. Once I answer once, it's gone. So the whole point of this stream is for us to have more of a conversation, to be able to answer questions maybe I didn't get to in a video, and yeah, stuff like that. So if you have questions, ask them in the chat. I will do my best to answer them. Other people will do their best to answer them, and we'll go from there. Hey, Mark H. And thanks, Mark. Let's see. Okay, so it's cool to see the BTS. Nice, Jim. I'm glad. I am still, the studio is not finished yet. That's why I haven't done because I've been doing a whole video about building out this space in the studio. By the time I finish the video, I probably will be moving into a different space, something like that. But, whatever. So it is what it is. Okay. I've been a little remiss on videos. Yeah, there's a reason for that. Some of it was I was fighting a bit of a cold, and then some of it was the weather has been incredibly challenging this year to be able to get out and film the stuff I need to film to put together videos. I can see now why people just sit at a desk and film videos about gear. It's a lot easier. I don't plan on doing that anytime soon, but it definitely is easier. So the next video is coming up. It's about remote ID and a remote ID module. It'll be short and sweet, but if you watch it, I'd appreciate it because, it might be informative. And then, of course, soon after that will be the Mini 4 Pro review, which we'll talk about a little bit tonight because I've had a good amount of time with it. This is actually my second Mini 4 because the first one met, how do I put this? Met with an unfortunate accident inside of an ice cave deep underneath a glacier. If that doesn't spark your interest, I don't know what will. Oddly enough, after I got it put back together and dried out, it worked again. So I was really impressed with the durability of this little guy. But I did use my DJI Care refresh on this one because I say I push these drones to the limits. I do push them to the limits, at least as close as I could go. Interestingly enough, that day, that poor Mini Pro was ill-fated. That day, I ran into a gigantic piece of ice. I ran into a big rock, the boulder. I almost dunked it in a lake because I was flying really, really low. And, yeah, so I feel like it's fitting that it it didn't technically meet its end because it did work after, and I actually filmed more with it a couple days later once I got it all put back together and dried out. But yeah, I feel like it was a fitting end that it sort of met its end deep inside of a glacier ice cave. But it'll be some good footage from the Mini 4 Pro when I finally get that video put together, which I hope will be the end of this week. We'll see. Barkley, is the Sony a7S III any good for video? That's what I'm using right now. I've been using it a lot. A bunch of my talking head stuff in the last few videos you've seen on this channel have been with the Sony a7S III. So I still think it's a fantastic camera. It's absolutely, it's a great camera still. There's rumors a new one is coming. We'll see. I don't know if it is or not, but yeah, we'll see. Alaska Filmer, you asked if I'm looking forward to the snow. No, I am not. Mostly because I feel like we got really cheated on summer, and that's why I'm not looking forward to snow. So, Evolutionary Tom, Marco Island, Florida. I gotta admit, I'm a little jealous of you right now, as we are heading into winter. It's been spitting snow here twice now, and yeah. So, Robert, yes. Well, Drew Sims and I did not get the chance to get together for coffee, but we did connect on Instagram, and we had a nice conversation. So, yeah, if he comes up again, who knows? It'd be cool. Seems like a really neat guy. But yeah, we were going to try to, and then it just did not work out. So, do I hit the video like button, or is there a way to hit it more than once? Michael, if you hit it twice, it unlikes the video. So, only hit it once or 3 times. But it has to be in multiples of odd numbers. So, yeah, it can't be, the numbers can't be divisible by 2, basically. Let's see. Mike, you ask, regarding editing workflow, how do I handle what I do first? Cuts, coloring, transitions, effects, stabilizing, etc. Are you able to color footage that already has transitions and effects? So, Mike, the way I handle that, at least in Final Cut Pro, is I will bring all the footage in, put it on a timeline, and go through and do a, they would call it a bare bones edit or skeleton edit. It's first pass edit, basically. Get rid of all the stuff I know I don't need and I don't like, or, spaces, extra time where I'm sitting there going, what was I saying about that? How do I word that? Stuff like that. Because I don't write out a word-for-word script for any of my videos. And then obviously a lot of my videos are done out on location, so I'm literally doing all the stuff by memory. And honestly, sometimes I don't remember everything right on location, and most of the time I don't have cell phone coverage either. So a lot of times I will record sections of the video 2 different ways so that I get back and I can remember, like, no, it was, this price versus this price. Or maybe a certain spec. I can't remember exactly what it was, like if it was 4K 60 or 5K 60 or something like that. So I will say it both ways so that I know I have one version that is correct. And anyway, so that'll all get edited out. For most of my coloring, I do that pretty early on. I do a technical LUT on everything that I shoot because I film everything in log. And then once I've got it kind of cut down to what I want, then I will go through and color it. Mostly like 90 something percent of the way there, 98, 99% of the way there. And then I'll add B-roll over everything. I'll tweak the audio as I need to make sure it's good. And then kind of finish up coloring stuff. And then I will put in like transitions, or any sort of like stabilizing. If I'm doing any noise reduction, that is dead last because it takes a ton of processing power. So, excuse me. And in Final Cut, at least, you can color with transitions, stuff like that. So I don't use a lot of fancy transitions. Most of my stuff is just jump cuts, which is pretty easy. Craig, Godspeed. Sounds like a good story. Yes. And now, let's see if I can get this to focus there. I will show you all the scar on my hand that starts right up here and went all the way down to there. That's what I had the bandage on 2 weeks ago. It's healing nicely, but yeah. So, Eddie Nunez, how are you doing? Michael, you love your Mini 4 Pro. So I do like this drone quite a bit. They made upgrades in all the right ways. It still has limitations that would make it not a super useful drone for me, but you'll have to watch the video to see what those are, because I want you to watch the video. It'll be really pretty, and you'll see some spectacular footage. I mean, spectacular footage. Yeah. Federico, is it worth the upgrade from the Mini 3 Pro to the Mini 4 Pro? I would say this, Federico. It is if you do low light stuff, like not night stuff, but like lower light stuff, and you do a lot of tracking stuff, or you want waypoints for filming yourself. Waypoints on the Mini 3 or Mini 4 is not accurate enough to do like, they are repeatable moves, but they're not super repeatable moves. Like it varies quite a bit. And so hence the reason I ran into a rock and a big piece of ice. It varies a lot. Not the reason I ran into the glacier ice cave. But yeah. Brooklyn Dave, what is my favorite drone and accessories? Wait, there. Okay, got that one. If I haven't, oh wait, here we go. Michael, was there an obstacle avoidance issue from the get-go on the first drone? No. So the issue is the obstacle avoidance on these drones works great, but they have to have enough light to work great. And as soon as you go, 10, 15 feet under glacier ice, the light is substantially less than if you're standing out on a sunlit day. So that was the issue. That, and I don't fly with obstacle avoidance on very often. So yeah, you'll have to watch a video. I'm pretty sure I'll explain it. I haven't filmed that part yet, but I'll try and remember to explain what happened. So let's see. After summer, yes, we do. Okay, Brooklyn Dave, what's my favorite drone and favorite accessories? So right now, my favorite drone is, it's really tough. The Mavic 3 Pro has such fantastic image quality, and now that they gave us D-Log M on the telephoto, the super telephoto, the 7X camera, I really like that drone. It's excellent. It gets great images. It is super solid. But depending on what I'm doing, the Air 3 I really like this one too. It's really, really nice. So, but I would say right now, probably the Mavic 3 Pro is my favorite drone, for that. I don't have a lot of favorite accessories for it other than the little gold sticks that you see me, which I have tagged in or linked in one of my videos. But that is definitely, I think that's my favorite drone, because the main camera on it produces such beautiful imagery. It's just fantastic. And I think it's probably too that I also got it really dialed in to fly exactly the way I like it to fly. So, Kyle Watts, what's up? Playa del Carmen, Mexico. I am jealous. We're getting snow. So, Preston Glad, Pocket 3. Did they send me a copy to test? I've seen the rumors. It looks really cool. I definitely will be getting one to do a review on because it looks amazing. And I really like the Pocket 2. I still use it occasionally. Yeah, the Pocket 3, from the rumors I've seen, it looks like a really solid upgrade. I'm curious. I can't remember all the rumors. Yeah. So I'm very curious to see if they're using the same sensor like that they're using in this drone and the Air 3 and the Action 4. It would kind of make sense that they would, because, the more of those sensors you buy at once, then the cheaper price you get. And so it makes sense they would put that sensor in everything, but I'm curious to see. I did see the rumors of the larger screen, which looks very interesting. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm really curious. I'm very curious about a new DJI mic setup too, because Rode's done their 32-bit thing. Somebody else did their 32-bit thing. And so I'm curious to see if the next DJI mic, like DJI Mic 2 or DJI Mic, whatever it's going to be, I don't know what they would call it, but if it has 32-bit float audio, that would be amazing. Internal recording and stuff, that would be incredible. All right. I agree, Alaska Filmer. We do deserve a dry, crispy fall. Doesn't look like we're going to get it. It looks like we're going to go straight into winter and get lots of snow. So, Mini 4 for you has been struggling with hyperlapses, Eddie. I haven't tried hyperlapses on this one yet. My issue with that is that usually it moves around too much. It's too light in any sort of wind to get good hyperlapses. Even the Air 3 will struggle a bit more than the Mavic 3 will. But yeah. So, and I will be, the end of this month, the last 2 Mondays of this month is the goal. I will be putting out my review of the Inspire 3 and then do a comparison of the Inspire 3 and the Inspire 2 for those of you that are interested. I will say this, because I have shot a ton of it already. You are going to see some of the most spectacular drone footage you have ever seen in that video. If you think what you saw like on the Air 3 review video was amazing, just wait. With the new backside illuminated sensor. Wait, Austin King, did I miss another question for you? With this new backside illuminated sensor seat on the Mavic. Oh, for the Pocket 3? That would be interesting. So interestingly enough too, so the Air 3 has the backside illuminated sensor on this one. Even though this is the same sensor size, it is not the same sensor. This is not backside illuminated. That being said, the image quality is still very good. I think it's probably like 90% of the way there to the Air 3, but there is a slight difference between the two. And I haven't been able to put my finger on it yet, what exactly it is, but there is a slight difference, and it has to be the backside illuminated sensor part. So anyway, I thought that was really interesting. I was like, why wouldn't you just use the same exact sensor? And I was like, oh, okay, anyway. Ben Lockwood, what's up, dude? Nice to see you. Thank you. I will. Nice to see you again. Michael, after using the RCN2 with the Mini 4 Pro, you can't use your Mavic 3 Pro and RC Pro or Mini 3. You can't not notice video jitter plus signal is amazing. Glad your hand is healing well. Yes, you'll watch a video. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, the RC2, the DJI RC2 is really good. I don't know what to say about the DJI RC Pro. I mean, I got mine because I got the Cine version of the Mavic 3 and the Mavic 3 Pro. But I'm like, you guys, you can't release a $1,200 or $1,300 controller and make it compatible with one generation of drones, or essentially one drone. It's like, come on. It's ridiculous. But apparently, like, it's an actual hardware issue. Like, it is not going to be compatible with any of the O4 drones. So... yeah. RC2. Yeah, I got you, Michael. Preston, it's supposed to be a 1-inch sensor in the Pocket 3 according to the leaks. Yeah, I thought I had read that somewhere about a 1-inch sensor. That would be cool. I would be really excited to try that in lower light. Like, that is the issue with most action cameras. And the Action 4 does better, but it's still an action camera. So I'd be really curious to see how a 1-inch sensor on a handheld gimbal would do in low light or lower light. It'll be really interesting. Yeah. Primal Drones, your guess is the Air 3S in the first quarter of 24. I don't know. I've thought about that. Do something with the goggles to fix the Goggles 2 fogging issues and other issues that the Goggles 2 have had, which I use and I like, but I am frustrated with them occasionally. And then maybe a new air unit. That's kind of what I think would come in the spring next year is a new FPV drone system, something or other like that. That's my guess. Who knows though? I didn't expect the Mavic 3 Pro. Maybe we'll get this with dual sensors, or maybe we'll get this with a 1-inch sensor and the telephoto camera. I mean, I really don't know anymore. I don't think anybody's ever known. DJI Mic S. Steve, that's right. There we go. The DJI Mic S. It's S for better, or super. Preston, Alaska has been offered to you as a duty station. Fairbanks. Wow. Fort Liberty, North Carolina, or Fairbanks. That's a tough choice. If you like winter, Fairbanks is your place. If you don't like winter, I I would go to North Carolina. I will say Fairbanks is a great place to view the Northern Lights in the winter. It's really beautiful, and it's a cool area. I have some really great friends up there. I'm actually trying to get up there in the next week or two to do some Northern Lights stuff if we can ever get clear weather anywhere in this state. So we'll see. I want to film the Northern Lights with the Inspire 3. Todd Graven, good afternoon from Valdez. Todd, next time I'm in Valdez, we need to meet up. That would be fun. I don't know when the next time will be. Might be quite a while. But I would like to come down. Actually, I would like to come down this winter and go on the lake once Valdez Lake freezes. It looks like some great icebergs and little caves out there to go explore once the lake freezes all the way. So, we'll see. Preston, if you do choose Fairbanks as a duty station, let me know. We definitely link up one way or another, or I could at least point you the right direction on some stuff. I think it's only on your end, Eddie. I think it's only on your end. What? Did I lose signal? Is everything going? Okay, you gotta let me know if everything's still going or not, because all of a sudden I see a bunch of people going, oh, I'm back. I don't know. Weird. It's weird because I'm streaming it on this, so I didn't notice anything, but who knows? Hey, look, Mama Drone. Let's see. I know it's a secret. Where do you get ideas for your shots? I've not found a groove. Posted a video or made a with DJI Light kind of quick test. Somebody commented, is this your first flight? Oh, Michael. Oh, man. That's funny. So, and I've been meaning to do a video about this. Most of my ideas for shots revolve, I build a story, for YouTube at least, I build a story around a hero shot that I think whatever I'm using would be really good at. You know, that it would kind of excel at. And so, like with the Air 3, I really built that story around, actually I built the whole story around my hike to that lake, the blue lake up there. And basically the shot of like the drone pulling back with the weight, coming around the rock, pulling back away from me with the waypoints and revealing that whole lake and mountain area. Then I went to film it and the weather was terrible and I got a little 5-minute window up there of like decent weather. Everything else was in the rain. So I still flew the drone in the rain and I got some shots, not all the shots I wanted to, and definitely not the way I wanted to tell that story. But I built the whole thing around that. And so I ended up filling in and taking a very different tact on the whole story and filling in all the rest of it with the shots of the glacier area. Like that whole section was not originally in that story or in that script for that YouTube video. Yeah, so it ended up taking a very different approach. And I didn't plan on going to Valdez for it either, or Las Vegas. But I did, and then there's those sand dunes out there that are okay to fly at. And we went out there, got one good sunset on the one night we weren't working. And so it was like, you know, great way to test. Well, and good way to test the heat because it was like 116 degrees when I was there. So it was ridiculously hot. So need clearer skies, Todd. Dude, no kidding. I've been down there a couple of times this summer. It's been rough trying to get good skies. Honestly, like I'd love to come down there and shoot the Northern Lights, the aurora from down there, because Valdez has such a cool perspective on that. But geez, I don't know. So hard this year. Robert, was the last shoot a commercial job? What last shoot, Robert? What are you talking about? Okay, I answered that. Good. Oh, good. I'm keeping up with the chat. That's good. I am leaving soon, in a few days, for a commercial shoot in Iowa, actually, in Des Moines. So that'll be fun. It'll be pretty quick. I don't know if I'll have time to do anything, but if anybody's in Des Moines, watch Twitter. I'll probably announce it there if I find I've got time to do a meetup or something like that. I'll try and do something. So, look, Mama Drone, antifreeze and the windshield wipers. It is, especially up here. And interestingly, my, well, not antifreeze, but the below freezing windshield wiper stuff, for sure. Brian Peterson, Aurora, yes. If we ever get clear weather, we're going to go out and hit the Aurora stuff up. It's weird because like I don't see any buffering on my iPad, and it is streaming off YouTube. So, anyway, you left and came back. Everything going in. All right, good deal. Thoughts on side handles? Outdoor life. Side handles for what? Outdoor life. Outdoors for life. Let me know what you're asking. Hey, Jonas. You just received your Mini 4 and was wondering what everyone's favorite micro SD card. Oh! I can answer this one, Jonas. I just started using these last year, I think. But I love these. These are the... Oh, look at that. It focuses. Angel Bird 128. I have really been digging Angel Bird stuff lately. And they're a little more expensive. But they have been rock solid. And after the whole SanDisk, like... I need to actually make a video about it, but SanDisk has had a lot of issues with their Extreme Pro SSDs, not the SDs, but the SSDs. And so I've been switching everything over to this, the Samsung T7 Shields, or T7 drives, which I've been very happy with so far. And then I've been switching all my SD cards or micro SD cards over to Angel Bird stuff because I got their CF Express Type A cards and was really blown away by them. So yeah, that's my favorite SD card. And so I'm sorry, whoever it was that asked me in the beginning what my favorite accessories is, that's one of my favorite accessories for the Mavic 3. You did, Todd? Oh, I wonder if I could come down before the weather is so bad. I'd love to bring the Inspire 3 down and capture some of that. That'd be sweet. Look, Mama Drone. Side handles. The new DJI LiDAR. Didn't see what it will fit on. So it will fit on a lot of different things, but it's weird how they've got it set up. My best recommendation, because I haven't personally messed with it yet, is go watch Make Art Now's video on it. He did a really good job of breaking down like what you need and the ways it works and the ways it doesn't work on his video, and so I would go watch that for sure. It looks really cool. I hope to get the chance to play with one. Be sweet. Mark H, what kind of drone can you mount a Canon R5C onto? Well, you can mount it on something like this. Not that you'd necessarily want to, but you could. Speaking of, if anybody wants to buy a Cinelifter FPV drone like this, actually this one specifically, let me know. I'm going to be selling this one. I have to change the way I'm changing the way I do mine, and so I'm letting these models go here for a really good price. Todd, you did. I don't know if I saw your photos, but I saw somebody's photos on Instagram, and they looked really cool with the fog and the city lights lighting it up. It looked really sweet. Mike, how do I choose locations to shoot at? Do I contemplate a bunch, or do I just pick up and go, or do I wait for paid promotional gigs at these locations? That's an excellent question. I first start thinking about like what the the story I'm going to try and tell with whatever I'm filming or reviewing would be the most challenging for it. So for this, I did ask on my channel, in the community, if I should go like try and do a helicopter trip or if I should hike to some mountaintop with this thing. And a bunch of you voted for the mountaintop. Thank you very much for that, because I've now hiked it twice. Anyway, but I thought it was good because something like this small, that would be the thing that you would want to do with it. But it would also be the most challenging thing for it because you end up dealing with a lot of wind and other conditions at the top of a mountain. So yeah, video coming. But so that's kind of how I think. And then the next step is looking at going, okay, well, where's the weather going to be good? Like where is it feasible for me to even do this? And then can I do it in a day generally? Because I have a family, I try and be home at night for dinner and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, message. Jeff Scales, how do you get your C1 label on your drones when you are in the U.S.? I am in the U.S., Jeff. You don't need a C1 label here in the U.S. We don't use that system. That's a European Union system. So, yeah, you don't have to worry about it here. Let's see. Michael, thanks for answering. And speaking of Air 3 videos, excellent to see, except for the Air 3 attempts to decapitate you. But you handled, wouldn't have noticed, not said anything. Wait, on my Air 3 and it tried to decapitate me? I don't remember that, but maybe you'll have to watch the video again. Todd, love those T-17s? Me too. They're great. And they're really good price. Like right now, they're really good price on Amazon for sure. Headley, I should come to the Lake District in England with your Inspire 3. Footage would be amazing. That would be amazing. It's been a long time since I've been to England, and I would love to come back. So, yeah. You're getting a camera for videography and photography. Not sure where to start. Are there any videos on which cameras I can recommend? TGY, what is your budget? Because that dictates a lot right there. So let me know what your budget is, and then we'll go from there. Michael Kaczynski, have you seen the new huge DJI delivery drone? How, by chance, out of curiosity, for the FPV? Oh, how much? So this I'm selling. This drone I'm selling for $1,250 as it is, as you see it here, which is it's ready to go. Basically, you just have to DJI goggles, either V1s or V2s, or goggles 2 if you update the firmware on the Air unit. But other than that, it's tuned, it flies really well, and it's good to go. You just need batteries with an XT90 on it, because that's what's on the back. And then yeah, you're set. Oh, that's weird. I need to reattach that. Good to know. Anyway, but yeah, it's good. Never been crashed. Been flown on some of the jobs I've done for Caterpillar and some other companies. I don't remember what else off the top of my head. Oh, I think I used that. Was this the one? This might be the one I used on Chicago PD. I'd have to open it all the way up to see for sure, but yeah. Anyway, back to the chat. So $1,250. New, they're about $3,000. And if you were to build one yourself, it would take about $1,500 plus, I don't know, 40 hours of time putting it together and then going out and test flying it and tuning it. So, yeah. Anyway. But, yeah. So, Michael, if you're serious or you want to know more, you want me to send you pictures or anything like that, you reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram through DMs, and I will get back to you. So, or anybody else who would be interested in an FPV drone like this. Basically, for me, for a couple of camera packages that I've been asked to fly now, like normally I fly my FX6 on it, or a Komodo, which is fine on this drone. Like this drone will handle any mirrorless camera, small mirrorless camera, FX6, Komodo, anything up to about 3.5, 4 pounds is starting to push it, but anything up to about 3 pounds for a camera payload is great. And then, yeah. So, like, I've flown a Komodo with the DJI image transmission on there and some other miscellaneous crap, and it worked great. It worked fine. So, you know, it actually, I probably could handle more. I like to keep the performance fairly high and a little more flight time. So, yeah. Let's see. Wow, you guys are asking some great questions. You're welcome, Todd. And Todd, if you ever make it up to Anchorage and you want to grab a quick cup of coffee or something like that, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. Generally, is like I'll see the stuff there. But yeah. So always happy and always excited to meet up with other Alaskan creators, because it feels like there's not a lot of us. There are quite a few, but we just don't have a big community sort of thing going yet. So anyway. You're like 300 miles away too, so it's a little harder to do community. But anyway, and I'll try and remember to hit you up if I come down to Valdez this winter for anything. Let's see. Brooklyn Dave, what 5 beginner tips would you give someone who is new to FCP? Final Cut Pro? Watch a lot of YouTube videos on it because it's a very powerful program. Don't overthink things or don't overcomplicate things. Like, just start out pretty simple and small and go that way. Yeah. And then and then the big tip for time savings is learn shortcuts. Keyboard shortcuts will save you a ton of time. So, yeah. I'm a man. How do I decide my first shot of my film when I'm editing? So, by the time I'm in that phase, I already have kind of the first intro, like 30 seconds figured out, because it's really crucial on YouTube to get that 30 seconds right to where it hooks people. And so, yeah. Anyway, that's kind of what I do. Jeremy, you'll give me $20.32 for the FPV, but that's your final offer. Cash. Thanks, Jeremy. I don't know if you can fly this and ski at the same time. Might not be the right drone for you, but I do want to do some downhill stuff this year. We got to do Ice Cave doesn't exist anymore. We got to do something like that other than full moon and northern lights. Anyway. Oh, Jeff. Okay, I got you. From what I understand, you have to get it from DJI. Like, they will send you a C1 label for your drone, but you have to get it from them. And I don't remember. I think if you look up Mads Tech on right? Mads Tech? Pretty sure if you look up Mads Tech or Sean, crap, I'm totally blanking on his name. Geeksvana on YouTube, they both have good videos about it. So, yeah, let's see. Is the Angelbird micro SD card there showed their 280 megabytes a second? Yes, that's the one I use, Steve. Not that you would have to. The only reason I use that one is I can offload the footage faster. It does nothing for the drone, like recording to it at all, because you're never coming close to that with the drone. But for offloading, it is, about two times faster than the regular standard micro SD cards. Austin King, as a creator, am I feeling pressure to fly more FPV as everyone seems to be gathering a skill? Love to learn, but not sure if it's me. Post the specs on that, dude, and what it would require to. Well, so Austin, I would not recommend this drone for anyone who's starting out. This is a serious and could be incredibly dangerous drone because it weighs 6-7 pounds when it's all loaded up and in flight. That's a lot of mass and a lot of cutting parts on it. So I wouldn't recommend that for a beginner. I would definitely start with the simulator and then maybe one of the little micro drones flying. That's how I did, and that's the best and cheapest way to learn FPV because you will crash a lot in the beginning. Am I feeling pressure to fly more FPV? No, I do enjoy FPV, but honestly, I don't share a lot of it on this channel. I just go out and do it when I want to, and just for the enjoyment of it. I am working on some videos for later this year, some point, whenever DJI stops releasing crap and other stuff, people stop releasing crap, and I get a chance to do other stuff. About like when to use FPV, how to use FPV drones in videos, FPV shots in videos. And then drone footage and videos in general too. So yeah, it is, Michael. It's a fantastic one. So, and it flies amazing. Zenmuse L1 aerial LiDAR payload. The new Zenmuse L2 comes with an advanced RGB camera, upgraded LiDAR module, improved prices start at $13,560. I know. Look, Mama Drone, I saw that. It looks like an amazing camera, but holy crap. $300, is that too low? Too cheap? Too cheap? No. I mean, honestly, if you have a late model phone, like anything in the last couple of years, I would just start with this and just use that. If you don't, then I would look for an action camera, either an older Action from DJI or an older GoPro from DJI, from GoPro. Not from DJI, from GoPro. They will take pictures, good photos, and they will do video. And so if you don't have a phone, I would do that. And honestly, I started this channel with an iPhone 6. So if you go way back and look at my first, I don't know, 7 videos, 8 videos, 10 videos maybe. They were all filmed with an iPhone 6. And then a few after that were all filmed with like a GoPro Hero 4 or a GoPro Session 5. So, like, don't knock them. Todd, you work in Valdez 8-9 months of the year and then live in Florida. Oh, I see how it is. I don't blame you. Oh, Valdez gets so much snow in the winter, man. It's kind of cool, but then at a certain point of the year, you're like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm just done. So anyway, but yeah, let me know if you're ever in town or coming through town or anything like that. I would love to meet up. Alaska, wish there was a larger YouTube community up here. Yeah, I agree. I do. There are some larger creators. At least there was a lady in Fairbanks who I think she did makeup stuff, and she was at like 700,000 or 800,000 5 years ago. She's probably well over 1 million now. And then there's a couple of outdoor survival channels that are doing pretty well too. Yeah. So, but yeah. Brian. All right. So, let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah, that was a lot of comments. All right. Okay. So Brian Peterson asked if I'm going a different direction from the Cine Lifter drone back here, this guy, which I'm selling, then what direction I'm going. So I'm going in this direction still, just a little bit larger and a slightly different design for a couple of reasons. One, I need to be able to put twice the batteries on it so I get longer flight times because I will be doing some heli skiing filming this winter. Pretty much confirmed that the other day, which I'm thrilled about. Like, that'll be really, really fun. But I was like, well, as long as I'm doing that and I'm getting double batteries, I might as well. So I'm working with a guy to design a new system, a new frame and all that. Because I was basically like, if I'm going down this road, what I would like is one drone that I can take with me and do double batteries with an FX6 or Komodo or whatever that I could fly a Red Raptor on if I needed to, or that I could put a gimbal on top of with a Komodo or FX6 or a mirrorless, just a regular mirrorless camera, and dual operate it. So one person's flying the FPV drone and one person's operating the gimbal. So you could get, they're not Inspire-like shots because it still has that different feeling to it, but it would be similar. And then as I was talking with the guy we're working together on the kind of the frame design and stuff like that, and just talking through like what I was envisioning and what I was hoping to be able to get out of it, he was like, well, if you're down that road that far, he's like, we could design a frame that's a bit bigger than this, like it is going to be bigger. He's like, but you could mount the gimbal on the top or on the bottom, depending on the type of shooting you're doing, or mount, a camera payload and then a bunch of batteries, two large batteries to be able to get extra flight time. So that's kind of the direction I'm going. But my stipulation is like, I don't want to go much larger than this because obviously if I'm jumping in and out of a helicopter heli skiing, like it can't be this big. It has to stay in a pretty small footprint. So, but yeah, so we'll see. If it happens, or I should say if it happens, I should say when it happens, I'll definitely be sharing a video about it because I think it'll be a pretty cool design and a pretty cool, very different drone from what most people are flying right now. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Jim, you're thinking about driving from Palmer to Valdez end of next week, do some drone video and photography, weather permitting. Jim, do it. It's a beautiful drive. I mean, there's some boring stretches, but it's quite pretty. And then as you're coming down into the mountains into Valdez, and especially when you get down into the canyon, it's spectacular. I would absolutely do it if you can. It's a great, great drive. So, anyone stepped up to the plate, let me do some honest brand ambassador work. I can't be bought. Thank you, Austin. I appreciate that because anytime I've done a sponsored video, it's in the back of my head of like, how are people going to perceive this? Which is why we're all here and why it's so tough for you to get a backpack. Yeah, I don't have a backpack. You mean Angel Bird? Here's my chance. I know. I reached out to Angel Bird. I was like, hey, I just bought a couple of these cards, and I'd love to do some work with you. And I guess I did do a review of the Angel Bird 1 terabyte CF Express Type A. Heard nothing back. I'll be going back to NAB again next year because it was good to connect with some manufacturers like the Inspire 3 I have right now. Actually, DJI is lending me for a few weeks, which I really appreciate. And they're lending me the RTK kit as well, so that I can really, do some stuff with it, which I'm very appreciative of. And that came because of going to NAB and having a personal conversation with a couple of their people. So, yeah. So we'll see. Like brand ambassador work, you mean like a Sony Pro or like a Canon sponsor? Not Canon sponsor, but what do they call them? A Canon a Pro or whatever. Yeah, nobody's really talked to me about that. Like Zhuin, I guess I technically am a brand ambassador for Zhuin, I guess, since the beginning of this year. So, and I've worked with their stuff for years. I bought a ton of their gimbals back in the early days, and so I do appreciate that. I really like a lot of their stuff. It's really great. They're the only ones, I guess, that I would say technically I'm in. They've actually said you're one of our brand ambassadors. And I don't know what it means, other than like they still send me their gimbals and lights and stuff. I had to say no to a couple of their things just because I did not have the time in my schedule to do it. So we'll see. But yeah. Kinsey Media, what camera do I prefer when I do astrophotography? So I love the A7 S3 for video. Because the low light is insanely good. It actually takes very nice photos too. You can see a lot of examples on that on my channel. But the last year, Eddie, I think it was last year, right? I started using the A1. Eddie helped me get my hands on an A1, and Eddie Nunez. And it was like, anyway, it doesn't matter. But he helped me get an A1. And I've started using that, and I love that camera for photos. It is unbelievable. I like it for video, too. The 8K video is amazing on it. It does not have the same low-light performance of an A7S III, but it is an incredible photo-video hybrid camera because the photos out of it are just incredible. So I have used that a lot for astrophotography. Last year with the Aurora, when I went and filmed the Mavic 3 filming the Aurora video, most of that was filmed with the A7S III. But then I also had my A1 set up doing time lapses and just straight up filming 8K footage of the Aurora because it was a mind-boggling display, and I plan to do the same thing. So yeah, and I do plan to do a low light video, like how to film yourself, do stuff in low light. I actually filmed most of it last year, and then forgot a few things, and by then there was no light. There was no low light in Alaska. So yeah. So I love the A1. The A7 IV is no slouch either, though, when it comes to astrophotography. It's also a great camera. Austin, Freewell. Freewell has been along for the ride, and in fact, they did actually send me their Mini 4 Pro filter set, which I really, really cool. I still like this, which I still need to do the giveaway for the Air 3 split ND filters that I bought. Because then they sent me a set because I didn't know if they were sending me a set. Like I never heard from them, and then one day it showed up on the door. I was like, "Oh, perfect!" It showed up a couple days after I bought this one, so it's like, "Well, I'll just keep the other ones, and then I'll cause it's easier just to do a giveaway or something on the channel than it is to send them back." So yeah, I guess Freewell. I don't know if I would consider myself one of their ambassadors. I don't know if they would consider me that, but I do work with them a lot, and so yeah. Alaska Homestead channels are doing well. Yeah, actually they are. They are. Todd, what is the best way to get into being a brand ambassador? Would love to test out equipment, maybe weatherproof stuff in Valdez. Well, you could definitely test the weatherproof stuff out down there. I don't know. Other than like being very persistent and going after brands you want to work with, and just get used to hearing no a lot. There are still brands that I reach out to every once in a while, and they still say no. and I don't know why. Like, I do not understand why they say no. Because then I'm not throwing shade on any other creators they work with, but I do see the stuff and the other creators they're working with. And unless there's something I'm missing, to me, looking at it from the outside, it makes no sense. So, yeah. Austin, let's see. Yeah, that would be cool, by the way. Hey, Paul, good to see you. Gotta get. I'm not going there. Jeff Scales, what's wrong with the SanDisk SSDs? So there has been an unusually high rate of failures of the SanDisk Extreme Pro SSDs. And I believe most of the failures have been with the 4 terabyte versions. But there was a really, I don't know if they got a bad batch or what, but for some reason there was just a massive amount of failures. Lots of people lost lots of footage. And so I started switching over then. Even though I haven't personally had any failures on any of mine yet, mine are all kind of older. So that means they probably start failing pretty soon. But yeah, anyway, so that's the short of it. So I wouldn't recommend buying them right now. Austin, have I handled the A7R5 yet? I have. I actually did a bunch of shooting with one. I was going to buy one, actually, when I was looking at the A1 and the A7R5 were coming out. I waited until they announced the A7R5, and the reason I bought the A1 is there's no 8K 30 in the A7R5. Other than that, it's a fantastic camera. I do have a comparison video coming. Excuse me. That I filmed like 6 months ago and just have not had the chance to put together yet. But it's a great camera. The stabilization on it for handheld stuff is unbelievably good, and the autofocus is incredible. But it's a great, great camera. It does good. If you're not going to do anything with 8K footage, then it does great. But I needed 4K 120, which it doesn't have, and I needed 8K 30. So, yeah. Speaking of 8K, my Inspire 3 review, I'm going to film the entire thing in 8K and upload the entire thing in 8K. So pray for my internet provider and my modem. Oh yeah. What filter sets do I recommend for the Air 3? I recommend this. The Freewell Split ND filter set, to me, is the perfect ND filter set for the Air 3. It is fantastic. So that's what I recommend. That's like the only thing I go anywhere with now. It's for the Air 3. It's great. Master Mike, how stable is the Air 3 in wind compared to the Mavic 3? Oddly enough, they are almost indistinguishable. They're so close to each other. It's really like I can't really tell if the wind is blowing hard enough to move either one of them. They're both going to move about the same, and they both handle wind really well. So, yeah, honestly, in some cases I feel like the Air 3 handles it a little bit better just because it's a smaller profile and the gimbal's not quite as large. And then in other cases I'm like, well, the Mavic 3 definitely has a little more power or weight or mass or whatever, and so it handles, buffeting wind a little better or something, but it's so close it's hard to say. Yeah, SanDisk A2 SD cards normally brand new. Mavic Pro works great. Any danger of using it? Freewell port filters. Michael, I believe the Freewell Mini 4 Pro filters are available now, or they may still be in pre-order phase, but I know they're almost there. And then there's no danger in using it. For me, as soon as I get back from anything I've shot, everything gets offloaded. It goes onto an SSD, and it also goes onto my network attached server just immediately, because I have lost footage before, and it is extremely painful when that happens. Kiss A, your SanDisk, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. I know a lot of people that have had that issue, and so I can't recommend them anymore. But the T7s, these T7s have been fantastic. And a lot of people have been singing the praises of the Crucial X9 and X10. I don't have one personally, so I couldn't tell you, but it sounds like it's pretty good. Austin King. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Mavic 3, a total beast in the wind. It is. It absolutely is, Michael. That thing is amazing. Good night, Alaska Filmer. What time is it? Oh, gosh, it's 5 o'clock. Yeah, time for me to wrap it up. Brian Sloan. Good to see you. You're going to see part of the solar eclipse the 14th from up there. Ring of the Fire eclipse for us down here in the southwest. 14th. I will not be up here the 14th. In fact, I will be flying to a job in Iowa, in Des Moines, Iowa, for the 14th, 15th, 16th, and then I'm back the 17th. So if I get the chance to see it, it will be from Des Moines. It'd be cool. I would really love to see it. I need an ND1000 for my drone, or like ND2000 probably for the Mavic 3. Like, I don't even know if that would be dark enough, but it would be cool. Jimmy. Oh, Jim. Tentos. Wait, is that why your name is Tentos? You're a barefoot guy? I've done some of the barefoot, not barefoot shoes, but like the Zero shoes and something else. And I really liked them. And then apparently I got older, and I was hiking so much that I gave myself, was it plantar fasciitis or something like that? Anyway, it's basically you inflame the ligaments that run under your feet. Basically, at tendonitis is what it happened. And so I've spent the last couple of years like working on that and getting those healed up, and then also getting them like strengthened up so that they can handle. apparently I hike too much. So I don't know what else to say. But anyway, I really did like those kind of shoes. Those kind of I like the feeling of being connected to what I'm walking on. I like to feel what I'm putting my feet on, because it helps me avoid bad places to put my feet and helps me be more stable on the ground I'm walking on, especially when it's very unstable ground. So anyway, but if that's what your screen name means, that's very cool. Are you bolting on any of the wide angles for the Mavic 3? Yes, there is. And I do have a video coming about it, because I got the DJI wide angle for the Mavic 3. The Air 3, I mean. Wait, is that what you said? The Air 3? Yes. So I got the wide angle for the Air 3. I've been trying to put together a video on it. Again, the weather just has not been cooperating. And then this came out, so I've got to get my stuff together on this. And then, but yes, I am working on it. So, Michael, I think right now YouTube only allows up to 6K. But I think if you upload in 8K, you will see the difference in the detail. Because it bumps it into a whole different realm of like, and maybe it does. If I don't know, Brian, do you have an 8K TV? If somebody has an 8K TV, let me know if you can select the option for 8K on YouTube on your TV. I'd be very curious about that. When you're uploading 8K, are you saying it's not the time for a Minion 7 Minecraft server party? No, I will be, well, I'll probably only upload it in the middle of the night, because that's when everybody in the neighborhood stops watching Netflix. And so it's the only time I get like the full bandwidth of our cable internet here. Oh, yeah. Dawn Hawkins, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. So I don't know. We'll see. I like DJI did send me the Action 4. I was very appreciative of that. I'm working with them on the Inspire 3. They're loaning me the Inspire 3. I'm very excited about that. You'll have to watch the video. Our phone conversation was fun. It was interesting. It was fun. Okay, I'll say that. It was fun. You got to watch the video. So that's coming the end of the month. Yeah. So second to last Monday of the month will be the Inspire 3 review, and then the next Monday will be like a comparison between the Inspire 3 and the Inspire 2. So, but yeah, I don't know why they haven't sent me any other drones. I don't know. So, anyway, but they have worked with me on a couple of projects now. It's the Action 4 and the Inspire 3. The Action 3, they sent me an Action 3 once they fixed the focus issues. And I think that's about it. Anyway. Ryan Sloan. honestly, Ryan, like the darkest ND 2000, I would say would be the minimum. But even that, like, I don't know if that'll quite cut it for a solar eclipse. I mean, you're talking about a very, very dark ND. Now, while the eclipse is happening, that should be fine. But, yeah. Anyway. Jeff, have I ever lost a DJI drone when flying? Yes, I have one drone that's in the bottom of a glacier. This is my second Mini 4 because the first one had an incident inside of an ice cave inside of a glacier. Oddly enough, once I got it dried out and put back together a couple days later, it worked. And I flew it again and caught some more footage with it. But yeah. So DJI Care Refresh to the rescue. And for anybody that thinks I do baby my drones, I don't. Yeah. All right, what Caterpillar? Robert, no. No, this is, it's for a, I believe it's for a commercial real estate company, like an office building or, you know, big commercial space company. Something like that. So, yeah. Air 3, you're so used to the screen brightness. RC Pro hasn't switched to RC2. KSA. It's definitely dimmer. I haven't found it to be that much of a problem. They do make some nice little hoods on Amazon that do help. But, yeah, it is an issue. So, Jim Klugo, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, it does. It is not pleasant, and it has taken me minimum probably, I don't know, a year to kind of work through it. Probably could have done it faster if I wasn't hiking as much as I possibly could, even with it. But it did slow me down quite a bit, and I did have to be very conscious of how much I was pushing myself hiking wise, and how far, and the type of footwear I was wearing when I was doing it, and all of that. So yeah, it is not fun, but yeah. So the joys of getting older and apparently hiking too much. Lack of aperture on the Air 3, big deals we lead ourselves to believe it is. Austin, it's not if you know how to use ND filters effectively. So if you don't know how to use ND filters effectively, it can be. But yeah, if you have a good set of ND filters, the Freewell split pack, you're good to go. Did I get your comment on the Insta360 review? Thoughts or shots were very unique and awesome in the water bottle, all of it. I told you I got a hold of DJI. Oh, really, Michael? Nice. I think I did get your comments. It's been a while, and I got a lot of comments since then, so I can't remember specifically, but I'm pretty sure I did. If I didn't reply to you, no, I did reply because I don't have any non-replied to comments right now. Anyway, but thank you. And if you got a hold of DJI, thank you even more. Mark, you're thinking about a GoPro Hero 12, watch a comparison video, tough choice between the Action 4 and the GoPro Hero 12. Yeah, they're both really, really good. And I think it really depends on what you're going to do with it and what's going to work best for you and your workflow. Oh, cool, Michael. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, you guys. Austin, you know this is cheesy, but when you first started following, the algorithm pulled me to all the name brands. Swedish Peter, Pirate Peter. Swedish Peter, Pirate Peter. That's awesome. I love that. Name brands. Potato, Maddie, all great guys, I'm sure. Yeah, I haven't met any of those guys. Did I meet Potato Jet? No. I briefly met Maddie at NAB, but he was really busy and he didn't know who I was either. Not that he would. Anyway, but yeah, I think they're great guys. Oh, thanks, Austin. I do appreciate that. I feel like I'm jamming products down people's throats because, like, that's almost all I've had time to do lately is just reviews, which I don't want to be the bulk of my channel. And so that's partly why I've gone more of the story-driven review route, is then I can also kind of showcase what you can do with these products if you're going to buy them. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I do try and be real, and I really try and be honest about the products. So, and I didn't piss enough people off in the GoPro Hero 12 versus Action 4 video, apparently, because I didn't get a bunch of hate comments. I got a few, but not a lot. And so, yeah, apparently I need to be more of more brutal on those things. But I mean, I do try and be honest. I was excited about the Hero 12. Super disappointed in their log. It's not that great. I mean, it's better, but it's just not that great. And then I had issues with it. Not issues with it freezing up or overheating or anything like that, but issues with the touchscreen if it gets wet at all, which this year has been a massive problem. The Action 4 touchscreen has worked when there's droplets of water on it, no problem. So, yeah. Anyway, hire behind-the-scenes filmer, Ryan. Yeah, I've tried to talk one of my kids into doing it. They haven't really done it yet. Jumped on it, but, you know, I'm working on it. Anyway. All right, folks, it's after 5. I got to wrap this stream up because I got stuff I got to do, place I got to go. What do you think of this setup for the live stream? You like it? More? Less? Different? It's different. I definitely got to figure out a way to get the chat over here so that I can see it. I guess if I had had more time to set it up, I could have set the iPad right there and just had the chat right there. That actually would work pretty well. Or I need to get the teleprompter I have set up to where I can just have the chat right here and then just look through the teleprompter to the lens with the chat. That would be cool. I did that once a couple of streams ago. I did like it. I just had to get a better system for the screen, and a way that I wouldn't have to read the chat backward, because that's what I was doing, and it was kind of doubled too. It was weird. Anyway, Brian, the rest of us can keep up while he's healing. I don't know, man. I feel like I've lost a lot of my in-shapeness. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. All right. So, some Sloan Ranger merch. All right, Jim. I'll work on the Sloan Ranger merch. I don't know what they'd be. Hiking boots? Something like that. Oh, Craig, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. I worked crazy hard on that review. It was fun to make, and I think it's probably one of the videos I'm most proud of on my channel, just because the storytelling aspect of it, the visuals, of course, are amazing. But yeah, and then I'm like, do I really? I do feel like I cheat because I have access to some of the most incredible scenery on the planet, and it's where I just get to run around and act like a kid with a drone. So sometimes I feel like I'm cheating, but then again, too, I'm like, why wouldn't I show it to you? It's a great place to test the drones. Obviously, an ice cave didn't do so well with the Mini 4 I got first. The Mini 4 didn't do so well with the ice cave, although it did capture some great imagery down there. And if you want to see a photo from the Mini 4, look on my Instagram, which is linked in the description of this video somewhere. But you'll see a photo inside the ice cave with the Mini 4. It's pretty good. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, okay, off to the beach. Preston, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You're going to the beach. I don't like you now because it's been spitting snow here all day, and the beach in our world is not warm or sunny. So anyway, Sloan hoodie. So that's not a bad idea. Still loving the classic, Robert. Classic. Still a fantastic drone. All right, folks, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for being here for the live stream. I should be back next week. There's a chance I may not be, but if I can, I will stream same time, same place, maybe a different place, but same time. And in the meantime, the remote ID module review is coming tomorrow morning, probably, assuming I can finish editing it tonight. And then I think the next video that's coming on the channel is going to be Mini 3 content and comparisons. So enjoy, and I hope you enjoy those. Thanks for being part of the channel, this community. Thank you for being here on the live stream. I appreciate you guys all watching the videos that I put out, commenting, being here, chatting with me tonight. Till next time, be safe, be smart. I'll see you again soon in the next video. Cheers, everybody.